All right. Dude, you look so much better. You look great.
Yeah, it's completely different.
We're upgrading. We're upgrading, ladies and gentlemen. Recliner Sports Report is officially upgraded. Welcome back to Keep the Change podcast. I'm Mac, and with me, as always, is Mr. Roberto. Robbie, how we doing, sir?
Uh, I'm doing great, man. Have a great week, great weekend. Week's going good so far. Just got to start hitting some bets. It was a rough one for us last weekend.
It was a rough one for sure. I ended up, thank God for baseball, because that saved me, brought me back from the trenches. But nonetheless, we fight on and move forward. And yeah, I had to go full Joe Burrow mode because
I was gonna say,
when you have a bad week of gambling like that, I mean, it's time for a haircut. So, uh,
not, we're not there yet.
uh,
Keep riding.
um, shout out to Twin Cuts over in Fort Myers, Florida. You all hooked me up with a nice fresh fade and a nice still straight razor shave. I love a good straight razor shave. It is something about it. It's like the male's version of like a pedicure, like it's just so relaxing. Like the smell of the like shaving cream and it just puts you to sleep almost. I love it. Um all right. Well, we have our best bets for you, though. Looking to bounce back for week 5 of the NFL. Remember to head on over to SoBet for all of our sports picks for the week. You can head on over there and type in the referral code RSR. Referral code is in the links to all of the bios on all of our social media channels. Click on those links, head on over to SoBet, and you will not get only our picks, but you also get picks from creators over 50 creators that have expert online opinions and just awesome sports content brought to you by just dudes and gals that are just regular Joes and Jills that know how to talk some sports, but also can give you an edge to help you take down some books. So head on over to SoBet today. The first game that we're going to be talking about is our Thursday night matchup, Bears versus Washington. Robbie, go ahead, get us started. What's your gut telling you about this game?
Man, Chicago's bad. I have friends that are Bears fans that are just struggling to watch the team at this point. I have a guy I work with is a diehard Buckeyes fan that's also a Bears fan. I said he doesn't know if Justin Fields can do anything, doesn't know if he's the answer, doesn't know if there's any help, doesn't know why he looks so bad, but just knows that they're tough to watch. But with that being said, I'm taking the Commanders. I'm taking them with the money, with the spread -6. One that I think's a very easily attainable player prop. Antonio Gibson is over under at 13 and a half receiving yards. I feel like that's an easy over for him. It's great receiving back out of the backfield. Another one, man, I like tough dudes. I like dudes that like to play football. Brian Robinson Jr. is both of those. I got him with an anytime touchdown.
Yes, I love that. Me too, buddy. Mortal lock right there. Um, I'm all in with you on this one. I think Washington -6 is definitely the take here. I think you're safe betting that one. I'm also all over Brian Robertson Jr. for an anytime touchdown. I'm also in with Washington. Take them in a 6-point teaser as well. So if you're looking for a team to put in for a teaser, because I love taking teasers, you're going to get them at just pretty much a pick 'em. So I love taking that too. And I'm also going to put Fields for an interception. The dude has thrown a lot of picks this
A
year
lot.
already, a lot of picks. So I think you're also good at getting a Fields interception for this game. But I think Washington takes care of business tomorrow night. I know it's a weird Thursday night football's weird, but I think Washington covers the spread on this one.
Yep, I'm with you. And I'm expecting some more ugly football. It's like 90% of the primetime games so far this year. 98% of the Thursday night football games since they've started is just ugly football.
It really has been. And talk about Bear. And I think this is weird though, because I think the Bears I think everyone had really high hopes for the Bears. So when they made this game, I'm sure they were thinking that this is going to be a dogfight. But hey, it's also Thursday Night Football. Anything can happen. But I really do think the Commanders pull this one off and cover the spread. All right, next game. Uh, there's lots of actually. There's the three games that we're talking about could all be games of the week here. This one are two teams that I think really are falling off maybe the radar record wise, but I think in terms of like actual like good football games, we're gonna talk about the Texans and Falcons right now. CJ Stroud, he has been having a
Crushed.
very good year, and here's a prop bet that I think you should look out for. He hasn't thrown an interception yet in his first four games. So I think he's been a good game manager. I think under zero point 0.5 on his interceptions this week. That's a pretty solid bet to take. I also like Bijan anytime touchdown. The Texans have given up 7 rushing touchdowns, so I do think I think Bijan gets into the end zone finally, and I think this would be a great matchup for him to get under there. I'm also taking the under. I think this is going to be kind of a very close game. I don't think there's going to be like high light up the scoreboards. And I love the Texans at +2 with this one. I think the Texans plus money, I think they get the job done. So those are my best bets for this one. What are yours?
Dan, I'm riding with you with Houston at +2. And I got a couple bets revolving around CJ I like too. The over underline set at 248.5 yards, and he's been crushing that all season. So I'm going to keep taking that over. They got him at 1.5 touchdowns. I think he throws for 2 touchdowns. And I think Tank Dell is going to get into the end zone this weekend. That's my
Love
anytime
it.
study I'm throwing in there.
I
The guy
love
that CJ Stroud said, go out and get this receiver for me. I want this guy.
Yes.
Can't be chemistry.
Yes, I love that. I think you're right. I think that's a great anytime touchdown bet. Yeah, I think the Texans get this one done. The Falcons, I think, could win, but I think Texans cover +2 here.
I think the only thing maybe so far in the NFL that's been more criminal than Atlanta's use of Kyle Pitts
Oh God,
might be Detroit's use of Jahmyr Gibbs.
yeah, poor Gibbs, man. Yeah, that
2 talented guys just not getting a chance.
not getting it. But I think Pitts is way worse though, because he is the center
What's he
of
have? 9 targets.
Yeah, he is like pretty much the center of the Falcons offense, and he has been missing in action. And that's definitely play calling and quarterback play right there.
Yeah.
All right. Moving on to the next game. I'm excited about this one. Again, I'm excited about all besides the Bears Washington game, but I am excited about all these 3 games. But I'm most excited for this one because it is primetime Kirk in prime time Sunday night against the Chiefs. And talking about MVP Kirk, primetime Kirk, going against a Chiefs team that's just been kind of squeaking by in wins. And still a team that lost a game to the Lions at the beginning of the year and almost got upset by the Jets last weekend. I am very strongly here that the Vikings are going to win this game. And I think primetime Kirk's going to get it done. So my bets for this one, Vikings points. I'm taking the Vikings points for sure. And I'm also, if you're scared to take the money line, take the points, but I am slamming the money line on this one. I'm also taking the over in this game. I think this is going to be a fireworks show. Plus, both these teams' defenses really haven't been doing too hot this year. I think Cousins overs on passing yards and TDs is green light to go. Sneaky bet here. KJ Osborne on receptions. He's been a really good, solid target for Kirk this year. And with a lot of the coverage going to Hawkinson and Jefferson, I think KJ can get some here. And then I would also say put the receiving over on Hawkinson too, because he's been, Kirk's one of his trustworthy targets. I have Hawkinson in fantasy and he's been lighting it up for me. So I have full faith that he's at least going to catch the receptions that he needs to. And then on the other end, I think you're looking at Pacheco and Kelsey, put them over on their yards, over on his receptions. And if you're looking for anytime touchdown bets, Minnesota's having a tough time guarding tight ends. In their run defense really hasn't been that great. Honestly, Vikings defense really hasn't been that great. So I could see Pacheco getting in the end zone too as well. But I am all in on the Vikings on this one. So primetime Kirk. I mean, you're getting primetime Kirk on an MVP season right now. My money's going on him. What about you?
I love how close our freaking picks are half the time, and we don't talk about them at all before
No.
they come up. This is all just spur of the moment. This is the first time we're talking about this.
Yeah, we know what games we talk about, what games we want, but we keep our bets hidden for the reactions here. So I'm excited to hear what you got for this one.
So I got Minnesota as well on the money line. I think they're going to win the game straight up. I got over on the points at 53. Captain Kirk over on his yards and touchdowns. And 2 anytime touchdowns I had, like we talked about last week. Justin Jefferson's always a safe bet. You're going to hit it more times than you know. Minnesota's really been weak against tight ends this year. I think Kelsey's going to get into the end zone so that way he can impress his new girlfriend, Taylor Swift, and maybe do a little shimmy shake in the end zone for her.
I agree with you on that. I think the Vikings have not covered tight ends very well this year. And when you're going against the best tight end pretty much in NFL right now. And yeah, Taylor Swift, man, just been taking over the NFL. I saw her come out as the Madden 2024 cover. That was a funny little picture I got. But yeah, man, I think this is a lights out game. I think this is a great Sunday night game. And I love it too, because it's like 2 of the guys from the Netflix show Quarterback going against each other. I've really fell in love with Kirk, last year. And after watching the documentary, I feel even more bad for this guy. I want to see him do well. He's having a great season. And I think primetime Kirk's going to show us a fun time against, again, and this is going to be a fun game. The Chiefs are always electrifying to watch. So this was a great matchmaking. It has all the potentials to be a game of the week. I hope it does. It really should. It's a good primetime game. All right. And wrapping up our slate, going over to the Cowboys and 49ers. Also another great game, but I have a feeling, and I want to hear your thoughts first, but I have a feeling this is going to be a good game, but it's going to be opposite in terms of totals that we just kind of talked about. But what are your thoughts?
Man, so I feel like this is the biggest Niners-Cowboys matchup since before the year 2000. I'm excited. I think the defenses are going to be tough, but I don't think it's going to be as close as people think. I got San Francisco pulling away with this one. I'm thinking San Francisco wins by 2 scores.
Okay.
Everybody just likes to keep making fun of Brock Purdy, cousin Brock, and not giving him any credit. The guy just goes out there and produces. I don't know what more people want to see from him. I get it. He's in a Kyle Shanahan offense. There's a lot of people that could look good in there and all those weapons around him, but yeah, they're winning games. He's putting up numbers. His lines stay relatively low still, just because I think the bookies discredit him just as much as regular fans do. So I'm taking Purdy on the over passing yards and touchdowns. Our other safe all time, always bet the anytime touchdown for Christian McCaffrey. And I'm thinking Debo gets in this week.
Ooh, I like that. I actually, it's funny. I had question mark between Debo and Ayuk. I don't know what side to take, because I feel like it's a 50-50 who's going to have the game.
Yeah.
But I will agree with you. The one guy that we know will get in the end zone, and it's because he's scored in every single game. I think it was like the last 13 or 14 games now.
Mm-hmm.
C-Mac, man. C-Mac anytime touchdown is actually more free money right now than Justin Jefferson.
Yeah.
I agree with you on the 49ers running away with this one. I think that they cover the spread. I think the San Francisco 49ers are right now the best team in the NFL. I think that they are dangerous.
I
And
agree.
again, everyone gives Purdy crap, but he's being an amazing quarterback. And I love everything about this kid. Carried by again a really tough defense and has some amazing weapons around him. And he knows he's doing the right things. He knows how to get those guys the ball, and he's being a great NFL quarterback. And that's what you really
Yeah.
need in this league. You don't sometimes need the guy that can just run and gun. You just need a guy who can get the ball to the weapons in space and let them just go be special. And the 49ers have that. I am really, really feeling like, and I hate doing this. I hate taking the points and on the like the minus points, especially when it's a big one, because I think it's at like 5 right now. -5 is what I'm seeing it at. And then also taking the under. I hate it because sometimes when you need those extra like scores to get
Yeah.
to get the points, you're
All
fighting
right,
that
we
weird
needed a
battle.
safety here.
Yeah, but I have a feeling these NFC games sometimes get really gritty, and I could see this being like a 21. Like I agree with you, it could be a 2 score, but I could see it being like a 21-7 game, and the under really hitting here. So I'm gonna hesitantly sprinkle some on the under, but my lock, and I think this is my lock of the week, 49ers points. They cover the spread.
Other one I forgot to mention I had for this game is Dak's going to throw a pick.
Yeah, you know what? He weirdly enough, so I was looking at that line too. He's only thrown one all season, but I
He's
really
going to
don't
throw
think.
this week.
Yeah, he for some reason he is prone to do that in really like important games. He's good for at least one interception.
Yep. And, nothing against Dak. Don't have any dislike towards him either way. He kind of pees down his leg in the big moments.
He
And
does.
this is kind of a big moment game. So, for his sake, for the Cowboys fans' sake, I hope he changes that. But until he does it and proves me wrong, I'm always going to bet against Dak in big games.
Hey, he gives you no reason to go the other way. You know, I like Dak too. Dak wins games. Dak puts up points. Dak puts
Wins
up
games that don't
highlights.
matter.
But when it comes down to it, he really hasn't, done the things that take them to what everyone thinks. I mean, every year, I feel like the last couple of years, it's always been, man, Cowboys are going to make a run for the Super Bowl, and then it's just get to the first round of the playoffs, they don't
Or
even
week
get in the
13.
playoffs, right? It's just they don't do it when they need to, but they always start off hot, and until prove me wrong. You know what I'm saying? Prove me wrong. I'm not. I'm a Dak fan. I root. I want to see him be successful, but I'm also a gambling man and I'm a numbers man, and I also try to bet with what the statistics are showing. And right now, it's showing me that Christian McCaffrey is going to get in the end zone, and San Francisco 49ers are going to cover the spread. Um, all right, buddy. Any other hot picks for the week?
Hey, I feel confident that the Browns aren't going to lose this week. It's really hard to say that after that brutal outcome last week. And second time in my life I've ever left a game early, but I just couldn't take it anymore. That was a pitiful game to watch, but it's all right. We're not going to lose this week, but we have to play the Niners next week.
Dude,
So,
that's a tough kind of
whew,
go at it right after your bye week there, man. At least you got 2 weeks to prepare for that. And they're going to be on a short week coming off of a Monday night game. So
yep.
that's one thing you do have going for you on that one. Yeah, well, I'm right there with you. Bengals have been wow, really not doing well. I've already talked about it on yesterday's podcast, or technically it aired today, but whatever, when we're shooting. But anyways, I'm tired of talking about the Bengals. I love Jamar Chase saying he's open. I'm always open. And I think that's where I'm at right now. We got to get that guy the ball, and our offensive coordinator needs to figure out how to start using his weapons. And
Yeah.
he clearly is not doing the right thing, but true Bengals fan never gives up. So I think they'll right the ship, but I was talking on our Tank Top Takes podcast. The schedule's not getting any easier. I mean, the Bengals also have a real possibility here of losing out the next 6 weeks. It's not like we have an easy schedule. Yeah, we got the Cardinals, which I still don't even think the Cardinals are that easy of a game. But then you go San Fran, Seattle, Buffalo, divisional games, Chiefs, like Jaguar, like it's not looking great. None of these
No
are
easy
easy
games in the
wins.
NFL.
None of them. None of them. All right, buddy. Well, hey, thanks again, everyone, for tuning in. We love you, all the support. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe, share this out to all your friends. And most importantly, let us know if you agree or disagree. Are you going to ride or fade us? We love you either way. But most importantly, we want you to always keep the change.